Oh, I have to click go live to go live. I didn't know that. Oh, hello. How are y'all doing? Hi. Yes, the background music is engaged. I know, but we're not officially starting it. So in case anybody wants to join, right? So today, I was watching some videos about documenting or at least writing down, noting down your thoughts, your feelings on stuff, because feelings are subjective, right? Like a lot of things in current day and age you can search online, which is totally not wrong, and it makes a lot of sense that if it's specific thoughts that you have around like specific things like a game, a show or something, it's all about how you feel about a thing, right? It's all about how you feel about the thing. So I decided to look back, because I just finished Engaged, to look back on these 3 games that I have right here. Whoa. I decided to look back on these 3 games right here just to be like, hey, Fire Emblem on 3DS was amazing. And obviously the 3DS, the eShop is closing very soon, right? eShop is closing very soon. Have you gotten your chance to get any of these games or is DLC just yet? Because if not, you gotta speed up. There's half a month left. So this is my 3DS, right? I believe I played Echoes on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. Okay, that one's not official. Anyways, here are some of my games, right? I press R instead. So the Emblem, Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. There's also Fates. This one's the special edition. I don't actually have the special edition. This is like a ROM. And this one, sorry, this one is the one I play a lot. This one's Awakening. So before we get into it, right? How have you guys been doing? Today's a fine Tuesday night. Here it's like 10 p.m. And definitely speaking, we're gonna talk about the 3DS Fire Emblem series of games. See these 3 games? See right here? We got Fire Emblem Awakening. We got Fire Emblem Fates. This one's Birthright. The one I have was Birthright, but I did play Revelations and what's the other one? Conquest, right? And then I really love this one, Echoes. We're gonna talk about all 3 today. I'm guessing we're gonna talk about like each one for an hour minimum. That's just a guess. That's what the title says, right? A 3-hour-long discussion reminiscing about Fire Emblem on 3DS. So if you just hop in at any time just to join the discussion, why not, right? So we're gonna start off with this one. We're gonna start off with Fire Emblem Awakening. So Awakening is my first ever Fire Emblem game that I've completed. I have played the GBA once before, obviously. Like when you're a kid, all you have is a phone, like a smartphone. You can 100% play Fire Emblem on the phone. You can technically play Shadow Dragon now on a phone. But I don't know if it's smooth yet, because I haven't like played emulation on phones in a long time. But I definitely can tell you, like, the Game Boy games on phones, amazing, right? You can still play Sacred Stones or like Fire Emblem the Blazing Blade on the phone as emulated GBA game pretty well. So Fire Emblem Awakening is one of, if not my favorite, like Fire Emblem games of all time, obviously. Now, I'm biased as all hell. If not, I wouldn't be making this stream to begin with. This is like a 3DS Fire Emblem stream. I'm quite biased to these 3. I have played every single one after Awakening except for the spin-offs. Like Warriors, I never played. Heroes, I played some. I'm not going into that one today. We're going to talk. We're not talking about 3 Houses, no 3 Hopes, no Engage. Engage, I already talked a lot on my me and my friend Apple Tapperson's podcast, Too Much Free Time, talking about the best games we played throughout 2023 and 2022. Before that point. So check out that podcast episode if you're interested, because I have put a lot of thoughts out there about Engage, and it's a really really good game. All right, Tree Houses is amazing. I'm sure y'all know, but it's also very divisive and very time consuming. It's like a very very time consuming game. All right. So we're gonna talk about Awakening first, right? So Awakening is my first Fire Emblem game I've ever completed. I have never completed Game Boy games before that, because again, they have a lot of quality of life features that this one doesn't have. Now I don't play casual mode. That's the one of the features that this one introduced. I did not play casual mode. I also don't sound my best. I might have like a little bit of like flu or whatever. I have a running nose once in a while. And Awakening has introduced so much into the franchise, the series as a whole, because it was supposed to be the final game in the lineup. Because Fire Emblem before this game did not really succeed well in sales. The last one, this one surpassed the last game, which is the third game. I watched some video essays for the past few days as well about Fire Emblem, like post Shadows of Valentia and onwards. Engage, the guy is still making his video essay. Pretty good, right? It's called Shane Brain. Pretty good. And I thought about this one. This one came out in 2013 in America and like 2012 back in Japan. I got this in like 2013, 2014. It is amazing. This game is amazing. So let's get right into it. So look, now my cartridge is not in here. My cartridge is in my compiled 3DS games. But thinking back, right, there's a manual in here. Holy shit. Oh, what's playing right now in the background is like the Trials of Awakening from Engage. Bussin', isn't it? I'm gonna switch to something easier in a bit. So look at that. Now this isn't the first game. I'll talk about some of the things that I understand that are new to this whole series from Awakening. Because there are a lot of things that are new from here. Damn, do I need to hold this the whole time? Bruh. Ugh. Okay. Where the hell do I put this? Anyways, I'll put this down. Dun, dun, dun. Alright. Let me switch my song list. Wrong. Hey. Let me know if the audio is too loud, alright, for the soundtrack itself. Because I'll be playing like the Fire Emblem soundtrack in the background. Should be okay. Alright, talking about Awakening. So Awakening is my first major game I played in the series. I had my 3DS around 2015. I got the game around 2015 when I like first had my 3DS. It's one of the earliest games that I have. And probably within the first 10, you know. I can't buy games too often. Back in the day, I can only get like one a month max. That's a hard deal, alright? Every 2 months maybe, you know. About Awakening, I bought it around like September of 2015. Whew, this game, man, this game. Now this game obviously has Chrom, Robin, Lucina. If you see the thumbnail, I have Lucina on the thumbnail. Because she is like one of if not the most famous characters from the game. Awakening rose from the ashes of what Fire Emblem could have been, which is a dead franchise. You have to be honest, right? It almost became a dead franchise because sales were not doing too well before then. From what I've heard, a Mystery of the Emblem, FE3. This is FE 13, right? 13, yeah. The sales have not gone like better than FE3 for over 10 to 15 years. Until this game came in. This game broke the sales records of Fire Emblem history at that point. Three Houses broke it like easy. Fates broke that easy. Alright? This one was the first time they've earned a major profit from the game. Like the series. Now, those who think those who know better about the facts, let me know in the comments, alright? Let me know in the chat. I don't know everything. I'm not like a historian, nor am I like a nerd about Fire Emblem. but I'll do my best today. So right, so we're gonna reminisce a lot about Fire Emblem Awakening. Fire Emblem Awakening is really fun. The story, I don't know what people say about the story, but I believe the story is pretty good. Now, obviously, we're gonna go into the major spoiler and story part in a bit, like maybe about 5 minutes or 10 minutes later. But mainly, we're talking about the gameplay first, then go into the story. So obviously, first thing about this game, the most unique mechanic about this game that was introduced, featured heavily in this game, was the pair-up mechanic, right? Where you can merge two units together into a dual unit. And I won't say that's a good or bad feature because I can't really tell you. I'm not a person that plays Maddening, alright? I don't play Maddening mode. But that mechanic returned in Fates, if I'm not mistaken. It returned in Fates, and Awakening was the first one to majorly feature a pair-up mechanic. And obviously, it was the first Fire Emblem game on the 3DS. Amazing. I think the 3DS is one of my favorite consoles of all time. The 3DS is amazing. This is the new 3DS XL, by the way. Of course, I have a skin Smash Ultimate. And Awakening is definitely one of the best games on the system. If you still haven't played it, please get it before it's too late. Like, I'm genuinely telling you, get it before it's too late. Because you only have half a month left, guys. If not, you might have to mod that thing, to get the game. Piracy, right? So obviously, Emblem Awakening, right? I don't know why I missed out the word fire, but Fire Emblem Awakening is released in 2013 back in America, February 4th. I didn't know that. February 4th. It's basically, imagine, okay, in terms of the setting, it's millennia past, millennia in the future of Marth's same homeland, right? Arcanea back in the day. Now it's called Ylisse and Vom, right? Yeah, Ylisse and Vom. Vom is Valentia. Ylisse was Arcania, right? Arcanea, whichever one, how you want to read it, right? So, Arcania evolved to Ylisse, which is where they are set in. Ylisse is the new version. Like, names change across time, right? How, maybe New York may become new San Francisco, right? Like Big Hero 5, Big Hero 6, was it 5 or 6? Damn, I'm not. But so Ylisse and Vom. Now I have not played Gaiden, and obviously Echoes came after Awakening. So I wouldn't have known that Vom was Valentia when I was playing, back when I was like, what, 15, 16? I didn't know any of that shit, alright? But again, this game is amazing because why? Robin is such a good Avatar character. People debate on like Avatar characters being good or bad nowadays, but Avatar characters are pretty aight, I think they're pretty good. It depends on how much they were willing to go with the customization, because obviously Engage and Three Houses, I don't really count them as Avatar characters. It's more like, okay, Byleth, give or take, like his personality is pretty much a self-insert character in Three Houses, but Alear, no. Alear is like purely a character. The only difference is you get to name him or her, right? You get to name them, and same thing goes for Byleth, right? And Echoes, you get set characters. Just playing Celica and Orm. Fates, you get Corrin. You can name them whatever. Avatar customization is full max, and all stem from Awakening. Everything that succeeded in everything they did in Awakening, they brought it back from Fates and made it like up to 11, maybe to the detriment of itself, but it's like amazing. And Awakening back in 2013, first time I played this, it's like it was amazing. Now throughout Ylisse, right? I think Ylisse as a region. Now I can't, because I'm not that much of a lore like geek or a nerd or whatever. I don't go too deep into these stuff. I just appreciate the lore, and then it makes me love the characters more and remember them stronger. But I won't say I remember all the details. But Chrom is the prince of Yelise, right? Chrom? This guy's Chrom? Chrom is the prince of Yelise. This is Lucina. Right now, she's wearing the mask. Quote unquote, she's going by the moniker of Marth. Now, obviously, this is the same region as Arcanea, right? So Marth is a legend here. He's a hero king of legends. Makes sense that Lucina would mention him in Smash as well. You're the hero king of legend, you know. He says a line like that, and all the side characters are really fun to go with, right? I'm gonna go through some of the story later. All the characters are really fun. You start off the first chapter with Robin being like amnesiac, right? He's an amnesiac. The deeper stuff we're going. Oh yeah. Back in the day, I bought this. Like a Robin. What's the thing, right? The coat towel thing. Like you can see the patterns here. The Grima-ish patterns, right? So I can be like Thoran. To be honest, this towel is kind of shit, but yeah, this is like literally just merchandising, if anything. So I really can't say it's a good product, but in terms of decorative, I can't even decorate it. The material's pretty shit. So I asked a friend to buy it for me when he went to like the Fire Emblem 20th anniversary like celebration. I remember it was 20th anniversary, I think. I don't remember anymore. It's been so long. That was like around Smash Ultimate's release. Ugh, so long ago, man. That was like 6 years ago at this point. Not really. Switch is 6 years old. Ultimate is 5 years old. But Awakening. So you can enter dual battles using the dual system to defeat enemies. So basically, right, let's say you have Chrom, you have his sister Lisa. You can pair them up so that Chrom can fight while Lisa is like hanging behind, tagging along, giving extra boost in stats, giving extra boost in avoid, like hit, while Chrom just hits. You know, you can traverse as one. Whether that's good or not, I don't know, but I actually really enjoyed the para mechanic. Now, I didn't make use of the para mechanic that deeply, even though I played some hard mode. I never finished hard mode, to be honest. Because at that point, when I wanted to go back, like nostalgically wanted to go back, I'm like, I'm already done with the game. I'm not really that motivated to play it anymore. Same thing goes, I think like that's just how I play games now. It's like, I just want to finish them one time, right? I don't want to just sit down and replay games anymore, because that was what I did when I was younger, right? I don't mind replaying Metroid Fusion, Metroid Zero Mission, because those games were amazing. I kept replaying them because they were fun, but I never really got better at them. I just played them and got slightly better each time, like speed-wise, because I know how to play the game now. I'm not like wandering around aimlessly. Fire Emblem Awakening should be around the same thing. Like if I ever go back to finishing the 3DS games, like all the way through. Not that I can record anything. So while we're here, let me just play the gameplay. Just some of it. I'll just show some of the gameplay for you guys while I'm talking about the game, right? So obviously, this one's by Santos XO7, right? I'll let it play in the background. I'm not taking anything from this. I'm not even playing the audio. His is a no commentary playthrough, and I'm just talking while this thing's running. I'll switch back and forth between the full screen and non-full screen once in a while, right? So this one also is one of the first. It's been a while. Sometimes intelligent systems loves bringing like mechanics they haven't used in a while back. Like from the Sacred Stones which I played, they had a world map, and they brought it back here after like maybe 4 to 5 games. They brought it back in Awakening. I would say I don't really care about the world map too much. Like it's fun to traverse. The traversal is fine. I'm just saying the skirmishes. When you're at the start of the game, it's good to grind. Cause I haven't played hard. I don't play hard mode or whatever. I don't know if they changed anything about that part of the game. But I definitely, as a normal classic player, I use them a bit when it's like during the early game, and then at the end, like I don't really wanna. I don't 100% remember how I played it because that was like over 7 years ago. Holy shit. But like 9 years ago, it's been a long time, alright? But this game is just amazing. You're gonna be like, what? You haven't gone into why it's amazing. Yeah, true. Because, how would I know what to say, right? I'm not a Fire Emblem snob. I'm just reminiscing of like specific things that I like about the game. It's not a professional anything. It's just me being nostalgic and everything. So looking through the development, I'm watching like FireEmblemFandom.com. I know I should like probably read like Serene's Forest or something. Right? Serene's Forest? Is Serene's Forest even here? Yeah. Serene's Forest is here. Alright, let me read the synopsis here. Armies clash as the world burns. As an inevitable war draws ever closer, you must stand with Chrom and its forces, knights, mages, archers, and more, commanding them against the armies of the kingdom, empires, and the dead themselves. Plan your strategy. Move your troops on the battlefield, then choose their weapons and attack. Support your attacks with the help of nearby allies, and watch their skills and relationships grow. The summary on Serene's Forest is an all-new Fire Emblem for the Nintendo 3DS. The story focuses on the trials of Chrom, the prince of the Halidom of Ylisse, and his companions during a turbulent era, when the neighboring nation of Pleasure starts acting suspiciously. Chrom commands his band of soldiers, the Shepherds, to keep his country at peace. Soon, he encounters an unholy force plaguing the lands and a masked swordsman claiming to be the Hero King of Legends. Nice. Now that is literally like the base of the whole thing. Like the base of the whole thing. Let's go through. Do we want to talk about the gameplay? I wasn't here for the pre-release, so I won't talk too much. I think I did get this game in 2014. I got my 3DS at like 2014 actually. Yeah, correct. So I guess it's correct then. Gameplay. Introduction. Serene's Forest is not as convenient as I thought. After 2 remakes in a row, a brand new Fire Emblem makes its appearance on Nintendo 3DS, described by its developers to be a greatest hits of past Fire Emblem ideas. Awakening borrows many popular gameplay elements from previous titles such as special skills, a traversable world map, and marriage. I'll get into marriage specifically. Also, despite being a handheld title, the game's production values are through the roof, I agree, with wonderfully crafted 3D graphics and CGI videos. As well as tons of game content, including downloadable content. In typical Fire Emblem fashion, Awakening starts a new story, this time spanning 2 continents, Ylisse and Valm. Eagle-eyed fans may notice elements of returning characters from previous titles such as Marth and Tiki. In fact, Awakening takes place in the same world as Shadow Dragon, Gaiden, and Mystery of the Emblem, but thousands of years later. Following the passage of time, much has changed and the connections to previous titles are vague at best. So don't fret if you haven't played any of the aforementioned titles. Correct. So let me switch over to this one. No, not that. Ara. Ooh. So right now I'm reading this. So in case like anybody wants to join me to read this, you can. Alright, so one of the few things that came, returning from Heroes of Light and Shadow, was that the FE12? Players can create their own character and avatar who serves as one of the game's main characters alongside Chrom. So this one's Robin, right? Canonically, he's Robin because we all play Smash, right? We all play Smash. His name Robin here says male and female. This is a default costume for them. Hair, color, everything. I actually really respect Robin's design. As a default character design, he looks really good actually. When they animated the design in the trailer for Robin and Lucina, ooh, that was amazingly cool. Cause you didn't see the avatar in like the trailer for the games, because obviously who knows what you're gonna make, right? So most of the cutscenes don't have your avatar character, but this one does. They're back in Smash 4, right? Players can customize their avatar's gender, physical appearance, and profile, their faces to their eyebrows, their hair color, eye color, body type, body shape, a little bit of that. Voices too, you know, their stats as well. Players can choose their avatar's class at the start. They always begin as a tactician, both using swords and tomes. Using a second seal, they can change to any class available to their gender, right? Okay. From time to time, enemy squads and friendly merchants will pop out on the map. Oh, that's true. Yeah, they do pop out on the map as well. Dual system means you can have a character come in and help out. You like, it's defense duel or like offense duel. If you put them side by side, they dual strike. If they connect together, they're dual guard. I did know that, but I don't use that intentionally when I was playing the game, because I just use pair up, you know. Right? Dual strike and dual guard is like if you separate them. Pair up is like when they're the same. Bonds and marriage I love. This one is a very good feature, but I don't really need it on every Fire Emblem game. Telling you intelligence systems. Bonds and marriage. Certain pairs and characters such as your avatar, Chrom, as shown above, can develop bonds by fighting together. So support system has been around for like a long time in Fire Emblem. But typically you just CBA, get like funny dialogues or like exchanges until like, oh, the day they go like, oh, marriage, you know. Some games have that, like I think Genealogy had that. I'm not sure if Mystery of the Emblem had that, but yeah, Genealogy should have it because they can like give birth, like, because they die in the middle of the story, if I'm not mistaken. So two characters of different genders have the ability to form the strongest bond possible, marriage, by obtaining an S-level support. The player's avatar has the privilege of being able to marry any playable character, while the rest of the cast get an impressive wide range of choice. The results of marriage involve love confessions in the case of your avatar, and children for any couple. Children characters will join up as the story progresses and they can find your team. So that one's like in the middle of the game, right? After the time skip. I'm not gonna talk about too much gameplay stuff because again, I'm reminiscing. These are the things that I had a major like thing with. Like Baroques are interesting, but I don't really care about it too much. They're interesting, but I think Emblem and Engage and Three Houses obviously overdid it for me. But Engage was just the right sweet spot for me on that. Fates is like one level higher than Awakening, but that's about it. And then there's a double dual mode, downloadable content. I never had that. No, that was Street Pass. Oh, I never used Street Pass for that. Okay. Okay. Main story. Now I'm not gonna go through too much. So in terms of development, let's look at this, right? This one's the wiki, the fandom wiki. Get the hell out of here. So the development team designed Awakening with the intention of giving a franchise a proper farewell if they were ultimately unsuccessful in selling enough units. They explored many different concepts, including placing the story in a modern day setting and even placing the story on Mars. What? Ultimately, the team decided that keeping the story in its medieval roots would be the best route to take. To further celebrate the series, the team pulled various tactics and features from numerous previous titles, such as skills, promotion, branching, and supports. Along with the story, the team decided to focus on the individual units themselves, fleshing out their characters with their quirkier personalities, and emphasize the formation of bonds between units. Right. It met its goal of selling 250,000 units, almost reaching it on its first week of release in Japan at 242,600 units. Awakening had achieved the highest sales of any Fire Emblem game at that time. Many have attributed a higher advertising attention by Nintendo themselves to the game's overall success. Internationally, similar trends appeared with over 180 units sold in the first month for North America, 63,000 in eShop sales purely. By April 2013, the game has sold over 240,000 units in North America alone, later reaching 390,000 units in September 2013. Wow, that's amazing. The success of the game led to a revival of interest in the series and greenlit 2 games immediately. Awakening's successor game, Fire Emblem Fates, and an enhanced remake of Fire Emblem Gaiden, eventually being named Shadows of Valentia. Wow, Awakening triggered both? I didn't see that coming, man. Okay, pretty good. So we already know that it spans Awakening and oh, that's what it looks like. Yeah, that is Valentia. Alright, that's Valentia, alright, yeah. So let's look at the characters a bit, right? I think I'm mainly gonna talk about the characters and what happens to them when they happen, right? So obviously, we're just gonna look through like this. So Chrom is obviously a pretty good lord, I think, a pretty good lord. Does he stand out more than the others yet? I don't know. I think Lucina stands out a bit more, but Chrom as a father is pretty likable, you know? Chrom and Lucina's story is like pretty nice. And then there's Robin. Robin's a really good avatar character, because aside from like Corrin was still pretty like characterized. Robin as well. Byleth is the only avatar unit I have like a little gripes with, because he genuinely was more like a pure self-insert character. Because his supports are, you're the one that chooses the answers, right? Tea time as well. So whether you do good or bad, it's you, right? So with Lisa, Lisa's the little sister of Chrom, a healer when it starts off, right? You can obviously change your class eventually, but I stick to a healer, either a troubadour or like something similar to that, right? When she's riding a horse, she can heal very far, go very far and heal pretty good. Frederick is the Jaeger. Is it Jagen or Jagen, right? Jagen. I don't remember these archetypes as strongly as you think. I'm not that much of a nerd, you know. Frederick, I ditch this guy as soon as he's like unnecessary, because again, his growths are known to be pretty shit. Because if there's always an early game like second tier character, where like they're the second tier class characters, right? In this case, a Great Knight. In some cases, a Paladin or whatever, like a axe unit or whatever. But usually they don't last too well into the mid game unless you just grind them the hell, because their growth rates are pretty bad. The RNG is pretty bad. So here's our Abel and Cain, right? Sully and Sully and Stahl. Sorry, these two are the Abel and Cains. Correct me if I don't know these archetypes as strongly, because the way they named the archetypes is based on the characters from like the first time they were established as characters. The archetype, right? Let's say a Navarre type character is like a mercenary, hits really hard, crits really fucking hard, something like that, you know. You tell me, right? Reminiscing. Sully is pretty nice. Sully's a pretty respectable tomboy, you know. Virion is always trying to court. These two came together, if I'm not mistaken, right? Virion tries to court Sully. Now, when the first time I played the game, I definitely did let Virion marry Sully, if I'm not mistaken, because I just follow canon ships if that is a canon ship, right? You insinuated it, so I'm just gonna go with it, right? I want to see them together at that point. Robin, if I think the first time I played, I was playing male Robin. Back at the time, I think I played like male avatars instead of like the female ones. Until like later when I just like I always want the female ones. So with Robin, I think the first time I let him marry Lisa, because they seem pretty cute together, right? It's been a long time. I'm literally reminiscing right now, like, this is what happened back in the day. I can literally pull out my old save file right now about my game cartridge. Wait, you know, where is my game? Oh, I don't think I remember where my game is. It's probably in the other room, but yeah. Dude, no, it's not there. Anyway, okay. So stall. What unit was stall again? I don't remember. Stall is like kind of bland. It doesn't have a big major character or anything that I remember. I know Vike. Vike is a pretty cool like old senpai slash teacher for Crom, and he's just like an Oni-san, you know, like an uncle, like a brother to that does dumb stuff. He's pretty dumb, right? I let Vike marry Muriel, if I'm not mistaken. Vike marrying Muriel because they have this weird dynamic. Because Muriel's obviously the upkept, the tidy, smart one, you know, Muriel, right? She's literally like, I believe she was the strategist before like Robin came in. One off, I don't really know. She's a mage, right? I just let them pair together. Why is Sumia so short here? But yeah, Sumia. I let Sumia marry Crom on my first playthrough, which is I really love that pairing. So Sumia always had this particular like vibe with Crom. Obviously, first time we see Sumia, she literally falls in front of his face. Like in front of like Crom, right? And I just think that's kind of cute. And then like Crom helping Sumia like gain confidence as a character is just respectable. Of course, the cutscene where Sumia came in and saved Crom, really good, really good. So next one is Callum. Callum I remember because he's joined mid game, right? Joined mid into the chapter where we went in the snow. I don't remember what. That was like before Arena Ferox, if I'm not mistaken. So he is the first like knight unit in this game where he's like fully armored and everything. He does make a decent impression because his presence is pretty weak. And that's his whole character trait, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So Callum, that's his whole character trait. I think that's pretty nice already, because like that helps you remember them. Donald, like I also really like the fact that every villager, there's always one major villager character from like this game, the next game. Obviously Echoes has like 5 because Alm is a villager at the start, until like, you know, he levels up. I don't know if Alm himself was a villager, but I know the other 4 were. Donald is a villager that needs to go to level 10 to level up into a proper class. So that's already unique for me when I first started, because like, oh, this is a paralog where I can recruit a character that has potentially the best growth rates in the game. Which, wow, like knowing people can make Donald into like amazing character power wise, it's like respect. But I don't think I can do that, to be fair. Lon Q. Is it Lon Q or Lon Q? Either way, Lon Q, he's not exactly a Navarre archetype technically. He's nervous around girls, for one. I don't remember if I paired him with Pan or I paired him with Maribel. I think it was Pan, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it Olivia? No, I did that on the second time I played the game. Rickon came with Maribel, but I didn't pair them together, if I'm not mistaken. I paired... Who did I pair with who again? Some of these I don't remember because it's been so long. Right? Maribel... Maribel's like the first troublemaker you get in the game. A healer. That has a mountain. It's a mountain unit healer. Pretty good. She's pretty good. I use a lot of the earlier game characters. Like Gaius is really popular, surprisingly, and I really like him. He's a thief, and in Awakening, right, thieves are quite helpful because they unlock doors, they unlock chests. You don't need the keys. You have a lot of stuff you can do with them. Don't ask me about skills, guys. Don't ask me about skills. Cordelia. Cordelia has been pretty memorable as a character. She's like one of the most popular characters from Awakening, right? Those chest plates on the armor, don't believe them. She's supposedly flatter than she looks here. I don't know why, but she doesn't look too big already. But then I guess she also exaggerated that part as well. That's one thing I remember because Summer's Scramble, right? One of the DLCs where they go to the beach. She talks about it, which is very funny. Gregor. Sounds like a Russian. I don't really think he's Russian. Obviously, they're not really Russians in this game. But he is a mercenary, if I'm not mistaken. He managed to help save Noe from being sold as like a slave or something. I surprisingly let these two become together because I feel at the time that even though obviously the dragon characters, a lot of them are usually like lollies, right? I respect lollies, alright? As characters, ship them with whoever you want, okay? Of course, in real life, don't do anything with lollies. Just don't. Have a kid, you know, treat them like kids. No hanky-panky, okay? But Noe, I let Noe and Gregor together. I think that was a fun pairing at the time. Because I would believe Noe is not really like particularly... she's pretty dense about the romance part. But she just knows she wants to be with Gregor. That's how the support conversation like goes in my head. For what I remember. Libra. Now Libra's a guy that looks like a girl. Feminine hair and face. But he's a war monk, if I'm not mistaken, sage. I don't really like Libra that much, but another healer. Why not, right? It's like the third healer in this game, like they gave you. Tarja, whichever one. Pretty popular. I can respect Tarja fans. I wish the spirit was here in Smash Ultimate, but he's not. He was a statue back. It was a what is it called again? Like, was it statue? In Smash 4, he was like one of those trophies, right? She was one of those. Tarja is the typical emo hex loving girl. You can picture the archetypes, right? But she's a pretty strong mage, so I really did use her a lot. Anna, though. Anna in this game is a trickster. That's what the class was when she joined. That's a pretty interesting class, to be honest, and she can... Obviously, she's just a sword user, to be honest. I just made her a sword master after that. She's pretty good, Olivia's the dancer. I believe on my second time playing the game, I let Olivia marry Chrom. Yes. Olivia is harder because like Olivia comes at the near end before the time skip, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's pre-time skip or like post-time skip, but I believe like it's around there. It takes a while. She's one of the first, like, she's one of the last possible potential candidates for like Chrom to marry, because by that point I think it was like chapter 5 to 10 around there. Chrom just time skips. It just time skips, and Chrom will have to pick one of them that has just enough support to be married, right? So if anyone has like C and nobody else has C, like you can help Olivia get there, like. It's not that bad. I believe Church comes around like after the first act. Henry as well. This is based on my memory of the marriage system. Church is obviously something similar to what Minerva was back in Fire Emblem Mystery of the Emblem and Shadow Dragon. A Wyvern Rider. There's not many Wyvern Riders in this game, and I personally didn't use too many. Although Church was on my team, I didn't use her. I didn't use anybody else as a Wyvern Rider. Mostly I kept them as like Pegasus Knights or like... What's the next one after Pegasus Knight? I don't remember the classes. Henry is pretty fun. I wanted to keep two mages here, so yeah, I did use Henry and Tarja. I don't remember if I let Henry and Tarja couple, but that feels highly likely for me. I feel like that was what I would do. Anything else? Oh yeah, I let Rickon and Maribel, I think. But yeah. Tiki returns from Shadow Dragon after like thousands of years, right? She woke up again, but now she's like hot. I still think the old classic Tiki looks cute, like looks nice, a representative of what she is remembered as a whole. But Tiki as a unit was pretty cool, right? Seiri, I have nothing much to say. Seiri is pretty interesting, but I don't use her. She's from Vom, if I'm not mistaken. But Tiki though. You can't skimp out on Tiki, alright? And then there's Basilio and Flavia. These are the Khans of like, I forgot which one became the Khan. I think it was Flavia. Like we fought for her side, while Lucina fought for the other side, right? For the Khan thing. I believe these are all second act characters. Then after that, we have the second generation, the kids, right? So the interesting thing about Awakening versus Faith is in this game, if I'm not mistaken, the mothers. Is it the mothers? I believe it's the mothers that decide the children. So whoever you marry to, the variable is the father, the mother is the fixed variable in this situation. So like let's say Sully gives birth to no, it doesn't give birth to Noir. It gives birth to Kale. If I remember correctly, right? Brady came from Lisa. Inigo came from Gaius. Inigo. Shit, my memory's not very good. Oh, Brady came from Maribel. Sorry, Brady came from Maribel. Owain came from Lisa. Lucina came from Crom. Right, makes sense. Inigo came from Olivia. Right. Olivia has a fear of men. And then here comes Inigo, being slightly more feminine. Is a guy that likes to pick up chicks. Right. Brady came from Maribel. Often misunderstood. Noble because he looks like a fucking punk. He looks like a punk, yes. We got Kale. Kale is Sully's daughter. See, Knight. I usually let like Sully become a Great Knight or a Paladin if I'm not mistaken. Cynthia is Sumia's daughter. Yeah. And since I let Crom and Sumia marry, well, Cynthia and Lucina are sisters in my first playthrough. Severa is Cordelia's daughter. Has a major inferiority complex towards her mother because her mother's so perfect, quote unquote, right? She was always compared. So Jerome is Churches, obviously. Same thing, he's a Wyvern Knight. Morgan is Robin. So if let's say right, I let Robin and Crom marry, I would get Morgan and Lucina as siblings. I actually view that as a canon coupling because I just really like female Robin with Crom because they're already so attached at the hip as partners. Who's to say they can't be romantic partners, right? And then we got Yarn with Pan, Laurent with Muriel, Noir with Daria, and Na with Noe. I still hate that name, Nah. And then all of these side quest characters which I have nothing to do with. I didn't get any of them. These are basically like ex characters that supposedly died before and then they just turned to your side. Like Gangrel is one of the bosses. Walhart, Emmerin died in the story. Yenfei is one of the bosses. Aversa is one of Gangrel's minions. Priam, I don't know that one. You can also get DLC as well. Is this the actual artwork of Celica? Damn it. She looks like Pyra. For real though. She looks like Pyra. But she also doesn't have any boobs, so looks like a kid. But yeah. Roy was cool as shit here, alright? Roy was cool as hell. I don't know who drew Roy, but he's cool as hell. This was Marv? You sure about that? This just looks like Lucina, bro. I don't know. Micaiah looked like this? She looked like Tharia. I don't believe this. These look fake. Elshon. Who the hell is this? Let me see, let me see. DLC, 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 DLC. Not DLC conversations. Units, units. I don't want to bother going through that. Here. PR Marth? What? I can't click anything? The hell? Who the hell is Elshad? Leaf? You mean Leaf? This is Leaf? No, this is Leaf. Wait, what? Eldigan? Maybe it's Eldigan. Om looks very close to the original design. Pretty nice, actually. The Gaiden design, I mean. Leaf looks pretty cool. It looks pretty grown up. Who's this? Selef? This is Selef. Selef? Huh. This is Selef? Okay, Alincia, I can give props to Alincia. Wow, Alincia? Not Ike? I mean, Ike did come, but still. Erica looks amazing. What? Alright. Nice art. I feel like these were drawn by the original artist. I don't know. It looks like it. Lynn's not the original artist, obviously. Interesting costume. Ephraim looks pretty good. Again, Salika. Ike looks like a fucking sci-fi unit, bro. This is like young Ike. We got Est. Est is pretty cool. The art is pretty nice. Katria and Paula, right? I'll get into these characters a little bit more later in like Echoes, because they are in Echoes. Katarina, I don't know this character. Nina was from Binding Blade, Sacred Stone. Sida's nice. Wait, did they have this many? No, that's not true. 100%, I don't believe that. Oh, Nina was from Shadow Dragon. Anyway. Were all of these characters in this game? I don't think so, right? Yeah. So, I think that's about it. I won't go through the fucking antagonists, alright? Alright. What's next? Talking about because I've talked too much about this, to be honest. I should really just think about the things that actually matter to me. So the story of the game, I think, was pretty good. Obviously the end fight was Grima, right? Robin turns out plot twist, he turned out to be Grima's son or daughter. Was got amnesia, got sent to Ylisse. He's the one that ends up killing Chrom in the end. Now, Obviously, they prevented that. I don't remember how, but they prevented it. And good thing. Now he's back. You know, whatever. Good riddance. Kill Grimmer. Fuck Grimmer, right? Oh, there was a limited edition Awakening 3DS. Oh yeah, that was a thing. That looks so good though. This is the first Fire Emblem title to have a relation to more than one other set of games in the series. The Dead Lords and Holy Weapons from the Juggrel series. Which one are these? Priam seems to be a descendant of Ike from the Talia series. What? You sure or not? I don't doubt it. I'm just saying why. There's a glitch, blah 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 blah. You know why am I thinking so hard about this? So, about Awakening, the child units are definitely a very interesting thing about the game. The way I play, right? The way I play this game is 100%. I just want to complete every level that I haven't seen yet. I just want to see every story beat that I haven't seen yet. If I have to pay for them, I don't care about them. If skirmishes don't have story, I played 25 of the main chapter stories and main story chapters and the paralogs, all of them. I recruited all of the kids. Some of them may be a little late, but I have all of them back in the day. And this is a really fun game, to be honest. Like, I love changing the classes around. Like, I don't change it too much. Technically, you can farm it, right? By like level 10 and then just change class. Level 10, change class. I'm just like, I don't have that much money for second seals and master seals. I'll just level them up when I'm 20, or some of them are as soon as possible, right? And then if I have to reclass, it's because they are maxed. That's how I play. And of course, supports, I really wish to see as much as possible if possible. If I don't get to see them, I don't really care. I'll just try again next time, or just watch them online, right? That's just how it works. And Awakening has been such a great time that obviously it made me a lifelong Fire Emblem fan at that point. Now, I still have to preface that not every Fire Emblem game is up my alley. I haven't played most of the games before this. I played some of Path of Radiance. I played... I got as far as I can with Lynn's game, Blazing Blade. And I got as far as I can with Secret Stones as well. I forgot how they went. I played them when I was like 10 to 14, I think, yeah. And anything before that, I haven't played them yet. I have a Super Nintendo Classic, and my 3DS has some of the ROMs that are translated, so I can definitely play them if I wanted to. So, if you guys have any thoughts about Awakening, so how was it for you guys? Let me know in the comments below about Fire Emblem Awakening. What were your most prevalent memories about the game? Do you still play it a lot, or have you not played it since like you finished it long time ago? And that's about it, right? We're trying to finish up Awakening. Generally, I don't have that much to say because I forgot a lot of the details. Fates will have so much more to say. But Awakening, the plot is pretty okay. It kept me engaged. I'm pretty sure I can still play this pretty easily. And it's a really well-made game. It's a really well-made game, guys. You have to get this game if you can. So next up, because I was such a big fan of Awakening, I had to get Fates Day 1, which I did. Now, Fates. I got Birthright as a copy, not because I didn't think Conquest was my choice. Of course, I did know about like Birthright being slightly easier versus Conquest. Conquest has the better designed maps and strategic difficulty. Birthright just has... I just like the look, alright? Last time I played medieval setting. Now I want to play in like a more Eastern setting, right? That's Hoshido as a whole. So, Birthright was my second Fire Emblem game that I completed. And I completed multiple, obviously Birthright, Conquest, I finished those too. I did not finish Revelations, cause fuck Revelations, I cannot finish that shit. I paid $20 for that, and $20? That was like about like 100 ringgit? No. Of course, I did try to pre-order the special edition. I got a refund on that because like I couldn't get it. I couldn't get a copy. Back when I was young, I had a part-time job. I can put all the money into it, right? Now, if I want to get like a Fire Emblem Engage special edition, I can't tell myself consciously to buy it because I can afford it, but that would kill my budget for the whole month. So Engage, I didn't get the special edition, if I have to be honest. I really wanna though. I have Three Houses special edition and I haven't finished that game, so bit me in the ass. That was like around 400 ringgit, like around $100, right? I like the steelbook. I haven't read the art book in like years. So Birthright, pretty good game. I actually really love this game. If not, I wouldn't buy Conquest immediately after, right? I played Birthright, immediately bought Conquest. Played Conquest, immediately love it, bought Birthright. Not bought Revelations, and that one I never finished. I got to the midpoint of the game, where I pretty much recruited almost every like royal and their retainers, and then I just left it there. It's like, oh, now there's too much to do. Over 40 characters. The hell? So I'm not gonna go through everything like just now, but I'm definitely gonna go through a little bit of the story plot points that I really enjoyed, and just some of the characters that I wanna talk about. Right? If I don't want to talk about them, I just don't really have to talk about them because these are 3 games for 1 hour. So you might have noticed this has the same game art designer, key artist as Awakening over there. It's Yusuke Kozaki. You can follow him on Twitter. His artwork is pretty good. I still love his artwork. He still contributes in Fire Emblem Heroes as well, once in a while. And here we follow good old Corin, our dragon boy. So about Corin, right? Corin as a character is pretty likable, but again, still kind of cardboard as hell. Cause he's not as strong as a self-insert, but he is still a self-insert, right? Because the main thing about Fates is that you have 2 sides. The characters, there's just too many characters for one, and the scale is just too much because now they made 3 games within 2 years, and they kind of burned themselves out in terms of like making shit and not having enough time. So they made as much as possible. Obviously, Revelations officially came later as DLC, but I think it still counts in Revelations for the Fate Special Edition. I don't remember, but I believe the Special Edition had all 3. So Revelation, I guess, was done. It just hadn't officially gone gold yet, so whatever, right? The FE14, this one is released back in 2016. America, right? 2015 in June for Japan. So obviously, this was before international release was a thing for Fire Emblem series, and translations took a lot of time. So yeah. Obviously, like those of you who play Pokemon, it's like, oh, you have 2 sides of the same game. These are not the same game. Not the same game. You get completely different cast, completely different side, completely different weapons, completely different like major mechanics. Like let's say, in Birthright, they don't have spears. They have naginatas. They don't have swords. They have katanas. They don't have bows. They have yumis. Just the Japanese name of bow, right? They don't have knives and daggers. They have shurikens. Yeah. Lastly, they don't have staves. They got like I forgot what it was called. Like there's a Japanese version of that, Corin was always locked in, like, because technically he was a stolen prince or princess. He was always cooped in with the 4 siblings from Nor since young, right? After being stolen, he grew up with the Norian family, but returned to Hoshido and met his birthright, his birth family. And the choice in chapter 5 or 6 was, who do you side with? Your birth family, ones with blood, or your race family, your adopted family, right? So obviously, I if you buy one game, you only have one choice, which is the choice that the game came with. Which obviously I only had like birthright to start with, right? And I think the level designs are quite interesting because a lot of the locations are very, very eastern. I don't remember. I feel like North did have a lot of the western architecture. So if we're fighting Norians, I feel like there's still a lot of like western architecture, but I think that's balanced between both games. I don't remember anything. I'm not really doing too well right now. Yeah. But I want to talk about this, just remember. Now, about Conquest and Birthright, right? So Birthright, I had a lot of fun. I'm going to go through a little bit of the characters. I'm not going to go through all the development and release because whatever it is, they were very ambitious. Awakening succeeded. They brought back as many features as possible, expanded on them, and made them bigger, better, and low-key. They made a lot of things better, but a lot of the key things that need time didn't get developed properly, which like the story, characters, the writing didn't get proper development, right? The gameplay was all really good. And as a guy that really loves the gameplay of Fire Emblem series, I think I'm fine. This game is pretty good for me, right? Some people may be like, "Oh, story hurts me. I cannot play this game." But I get ya. Don't play the game. Play Echoes. So I remember, of course, I believe it was before launch as well, where Smash 4 already came out at this point, and Corin was announced as DLC. It's like, I would choose which side. I will join Smash. That was so fucking funny, man. I loved it. Of course, me being a Fates fan at that point in time, along with like Corin and along with the Awakening cast when they were joining Smash 4, I was so hyped for the Fire Emblem characters. It's like, oh, let's go! And Ike was in the game, right? Ike was in the game, yeah. Roy wasn't in the game yet. When Corin came out, Roy was in the game, yeah. So Birthright and Conquest is fun. Revelations is meh for me. In terms of the setting, it's Hoshido versus Nor, and like the land in between. That one's a very hard thing because I never finished that story, and I should probably read up on that story eventually. I'll watch the video essay by Shane something tomorrow at work. It's a 2-hour video essay, alright? This is a big game, and I don't want to talk about this game for 2 hours. So obviously Corin being the stolen child, right? He's a prince or princess of the other kingdom, Hoshido, taken to Nor, raised as one of their own, and has to make the choice between the people who raised him and the people who gave his blood siblings. Hoshido is pretty good. If you play the north side, everything is just harder because the gameplay and strategically, it's harder, right? So pick a side. You're gonna have fun, You're gonna have tons of fun. It's like, what Norian scum is what obviously Conquest fans make fun of. Birthright, I don't think there's a major meme because everybody in Nor is pretty understanding because Garen is pretty shit as a father. He's corrupted at that point, right? He was like taken over like madness. He was taken over with madness. So even with Xander, the brother, right? There's a structure here. There's always an older brother, older sister, younger brother, and younger sister with both sides. So I'll get into the characters later, right? So both sides has the same types of split for the royals, and in this game there's a unique mechanic called dragon veins where you can trigger like map altering changes in the middle of the battle just to like affect everyone and stuff like that. And then with revelation, you decide not to side with anyone because like screw you, I do not want to fight any of you because you're all my family. And then get fucked, you know, get transported in this world that doesn't fucking like, oh, whatever, right? Let me read a little bit on this. Alright, let's go to the page. Oh, I'm playing the wrong song. Shit. Well, good thing it was about to end too. Hara ara. Oh shit. It's 11. And I'm dying. My nose is getting plugged up. Alright, the player can create an avatar for the game. Same, right? Corin, and they have more customizability options. In this game starting, obviously the first time I played like a male Corin, if I'm not mistaken, because I married like Sakura. I think I married Sakura. I don't 100% remember. I'll get back to it later. But on my second playthrough, I play as female. I let some of the characters marry, right? Anyways, I'll get back to that later. So hard to remember. This is a game from 8 years ago. Holy shit. 6 years ago. Okay, 6 years ago. So there's tons of optimization, customizable options, except for body size, which has been reduced to 2 per gender. Oh, okay. Size, not much different. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. You can wear either you're short or tall or whatever. Female avatars and special hair accessories. That is true. I love that part. Special clothing similar to new mystery of the emblem can be equipped on all units in the game. That I didn't know. The pair up and dual system functions from Awakening return under new tactics called attack stance and guard stance. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. The enemy can use attack and guard stance. I like the enemies. Yeah. The Awakening enemies didn't have this tactic, but they did market this in Fates. They had this function for the enemies in this game. It has voice acting. However, dual audio is omitted and voices are no longer. Aww. Oh yeah, that's true. There's no voice lines in the support conversations. I can see why, because no time. Fuck that. Awakening had like 3 years to 4 years. Each version of the game changes the format of overall gameplay outside of the storyline. The Birthright path offers unlimited opportunities for gold. Right? You have grinding available. Nor Conquest doesn't have this. Hi. And they have a lot more similar, very basic completion requirements for the maps, like route the enemy, defeat the boss, right? So that's what this says. The Conquest path is more structured, with experience and funds being more limited, and more victory conditions, such as defending a base, breaking through the enemy lines, and turn restrictions. That's true. That's really fun. The Revelation is a mid-set of difficulty between the first 2 paths, being more difficult than Birthright path, but less difficult than the Conquest path. So there are clear conditions. but skirmishes are available. Also characters from both classes, so you can just bring the best from both and then pair them up, you know. Tsubaki X what's the other unit on the other side again? Oh yeah, you can actually pair with Serena. But yeah, that one we'll get into. Skills, blah blah, reclass, blah blah blah. Knives are new in this game, yeah. Weapon durability didn't exist in this game, that's true. Stays remain their limited use. I think this is the set mechanic ever since. I still respect it, right? Not having the healing be limited is a pretty good thing, because make them buy their stuff, bro. Make them buy it. That part is fine. The weapons breaking is a little bit costly, because upgrading costs a lot already. Knives return. Shuriken is on the Hoshiden side. Support system from Awakening returns with unique conversations. As support, marriage returns alongside the second generation characters. Unlike Genealogy and Awakening, children are determined by their fathers, correct? While their hair color are determined by their mothers. The opposite was true in Awakening, right? Marriage causes the cool characters to share their respective classes and secondary classes with each other using partner seals. Children also adopt their parents' classes. Parents can have same-sex S supports for their avatar if they form one with Niles and Rajat. Haha. Oh yeah, in the special edition of the game, you can get total of 9 save slots, which is pretty good, right? Pretty good. Capture. I don't use that function too much. Like capturing your enemy as a temporary unit. Nah, fuck that. Characters appearing in these are Crom, Lisa, Frederick, and Anna. Oh. Ah, the DLC. Okay. Well, I already said. Oh, scrolls. Right. Scrolls are the tomes, and rods are the stave equivalents. Ah, all right. I'm not reading all that. Phoenix mode was new, alright. This one is like immediately return your new character on the next phase, right? Like after enemy phase, after like player phase. On the next player phase, your character comes back and is like a little too much, bro. That's a little too much on the revival scale. Weapon triangle, sword magic versus axe and bow, lance and shuriken, sword and oh, okay. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, they did have amiibo support in this game, right? Blah 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 blah. Lost in Thoughts All Alone is really good. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Characters. Ooh. Oh yeah, the collector's edition, I really, really wanted it, man. I really wanted it so bad. I could have gotten this with an art book and a pouch for my 3DS. Oh my god. And they're not that much expensive. Like, look at that. Like, 3DS games were 40 to 50 bucks. And this one was like 70. 80, sorry, 80. It's not much more expensive. Like Switch collector's edition are quite pricey. Like I believe they were 80, like 60 base, and about 100 after that. 80 or 100, give or take. You let me know. And okay. Fate was the first Fire Emblem game since 2007's Radiant Dawn to not involve Cup of Tea Productions. Oh, that's the sound of voice. Okay, okay. Ah, yes, the last Fire Emblem title that Satoru Iwata had anything to do with. Setch. Pray. I pray for the guy. The guy's a legend, man. Yeah, it was called Fire Emblem If in Japan. Interesting, isn't it? Oh. Hmm. This art book was amazing, by the way. Yeah. Alright, let's look at the characters. Whew, the music is really good, by the way, in like all of the Fire Emblem games. I wouldn't say all of them. A lot of the tracks I don't remember from Awakening, but I do remember the cutscene tracks and like the major battle themes that are like Eight Purpose, Conquest Blaze, and stuff like that, right? For Awakening. This one, I remember some of them. Most of the time I play them, I don't turn on the music when I was like, younger, so yeah. Experience, man. So obviously we have Corrin, male Corrin and female Corrin. Pick a side, you know, pick a side. You can make whatever design you want. Zura is a really nice character. She's also a mismatched princess. She was actually Norian taken to Hoshido as revenge. I don't remember if she's purely a princess as well, but you know. Felicia, you get either Felicia or Jacob, I think. Was it both or one of them? I think it was one of them. I don't remember. Shit. Felicia and Jacob is like your mates, you know. You don't actually have a Jagen in this game. Because these two are pretty like malleable characters. You got Silas. I really like Silas. Silas is like the bro. He's like the old forgotten best friend from like when you were in younger days, right? Pretty cool character too, because he wanted to meet Corrin again as his friend, right? But he couldn't be there because he's a commoner. So he rose through the ranks to have a chance to become friends again. So you have Kaze. Kaze is the Abel. I don't know if Abel Cain, right? But Kaze. These are on all paths. Okay, so these two come together lah, right? Kaze is like your retainer in a lot of ways. Cause he's just like, I fight for you because I'm the one that let you slip away, you know. I think that's the story. Mozu is a villager, just like Dono from earlier, right? She has very high growth rates. I made her an apothecary. She's really good at that. Shura, I didn't bother using him because he came like mid game or late game. Pretty cool though. If it's Birthright, this is the Birthright cast and this is the Conquest cast. We got Ryoma, the big bro, the serious big bro of the Hoshiden side. Kinoka, I love her. She's a Pegasus Knight, another Flyer's big sister character. Uses Naginatas. Takumi, the Yumi user who says Norian scum a lot when you're playing Conquest. He's a nice little younger brother, alright? A little bit over aggressive at times, I guess. Sakura is so sweet. I love the little sister characters in these games because like they're you want to protect them. I'll get to marriage in a bit. Saizo, I think I married Mozu, but I wasn't I don't remember. Oh, right. I married Hana my first playthrough because Hana was like, oh man, Hana is like just my type. Yeah. She still is, to be honest. She still is. I still like her a lot. Saizo's on the Hoshiden side. Obviously, he's a ninja. He's Kaze's brother, like older brother. A little bit weird, right? And then there's Kagero, the Kunoichi, also a ninja. Female ninja, if you don't know, Kunoichi means that. And Kagero is a little bit... She's obviously the busty, hot, like ninja, female ninja. What's there to say, right? Setsuna is pretty funny. She's like the ditzy, clumsy, but very sharpshooting archer. Kagero and Saizo are Ryoma's retainers. Setsuna and Azama, which is I forgot the class, but he's obviously the healer, a male healer, right? For the retainers for Hinoka. I don't know why Hinata's so short here. Hinata and Oboro is Takumi's retainers. These two are pretty mid, but Oboro's pretty cool. And then there's Hana and Tsubaki. Tsubaki, he's known as the perfectionist. Aside from that, I don't really like the guy that much. But Hana though, ooh, it's love at first sight for my Korin. Amazing. Hayato uses scrolls. He's a magic user, right? Rinka came actually pretty early in the game. She is an Oni. Like a berserker type character, right? Axe wielding, but in this case it's clubs. Orochi's another scroll user, another mage. Kaden is our resident beast man. Last one was Pan, right? And her son. And here we got Kaden, the fox guy. So Reina is like a war veteran. I don't really like her. I don't use her. Obviously, she's old. I don't give a shit. And then there's Scarlet. Scarlet is like... These two don't actually have that many support, so I didn't use them too much. Yes, support conversations are the criteria for me to pick you. Makes a lot of sense, no? No? Yes. Good game, though. Good game. So, going into Conquest and Revelation. These are also really good characters. Of course, the main problem that people talk about is how the writing for supports and the writing for the main story is like very drastically different, consistency-wise. Because obviously, imagine Mr. Norians come over there being nice to you. Kind of weird, but they're in separate story paths, so you don't really know at that point, right? But Xander supposedly had pretty different personality. Not to say you can't have multiple sides, it's just that pretty drastically different. So Xander, big bro, wields like swords. Camilla, everybody knows she's hot on Nei-san, okay? She's hot on Nei-san. She's available in Engage right now, so y'all know that, right? She really coddles Korin a lot. So these were whoever grew up with Korin, right? Leo is a pretty respectable tactician slash mage knight. I like the guy, he's pretty good. And we got Elise, sorry, not Yulise, it's Elise. Elise, when I played Conquest, I let Elise marry Silas. I think the first time I let Mozu and Silas marry, but the second time I let Elise. I don't know why. He's such a bro that I like him to marry the weaker little sisters or something. Like, I want you, my best friend, to protect my little sister, alright? Makes sense? No? Makes some sense? So, Laszlo, you might see this guy. He's quite familiar, isn't he? He's basically Inigo. Rebranded. He renamed himself for this game, right? Pretty interesting. They went through a portal and shit. You're gonna see, like, look at that. Look, it's Selena. It was Severa in the other game, right? Perry is the fucking Harley Quinn of the team. Weird colors, weird like killing spree and shit. Selena though, Selena is pretty nice. Obviously, she's still a tsundere, like the Awakening version, but you know, now she doesn't have to deal with her mother. She's a grown woman this time, and she can marry whoever she wants to. Man. Alright. So next one is Baruka. Baruka is our Wyvern Knight, right? Wyvern Knight of this game. She's pretty cool. Aside from that, I don't remember much of her. Obviously, this is Odin. Owain. You all know, right? This is Crumb's nephew, sorry. He came into this world, decided to pick up a tome instead of a fucking sword, and now I'm like, I'm Odin, a fucking Norse god. SMH, right? For real though. Niles is pretty cool. He's a thief, but he doesn't really do too much. Now, the retainers are like this. Laszlo and Perry is Alexander's retainers. Selena and Baruka is Camilla's retainers. Odin and Niles is Leo's retainers. And Effie and Arthur are Elisa's retainers. Now, Effie... I thought to talk about Effie because Effie is pretty cute. She's a knight, but she looks very soft-spoken, doesn't she? She does. She's not... She's probably that, yeah. And Arthur is like... He's fucking All Might, but dumber. Alright? He's like... He always falls on his face and shit. Loses his axes and stuff like that. Nyx is our local lolly dragon thing. Sorceress, I think. Yeah. Charlotte's our local bimbo. I think. I don't really know what the word means. She wants to find a marriage partner. And she wields axes. Benny's a pretty cool armor unit. Keaton is the beast unit of this side. He's a wolf guy. Got Gunther. Gunther was our original retainer. And Flora. So here we swap Gunther and Flora. Over there you had oh, I guess that doesn't count. Never mind. These two also don't have too many supports as well. But Flora is Felicia's sister. And about that marriage system. So the guys are the ones that give, like, they're the ones that are destined with a child, right? So you pair the wife. The wife is the one that decides the hair color. So let's say I let Silas and Mozu become a couple. They will give birth to Sophie, right? They'll give birth to Sophie. Midori is Kaze's. I can't 100% remember who I paired with because, like, again, this game has 3 roots, so many pairings. I can't remember all of them, but at least I paired with Silas because that one I did on purpose. Corin, I played female Corin for this route. Right? I think. Should have been, right? I don't remember actually. I probably paired with either Odin or Laszlo, but did I? Or I think I paired with Kaze. Sounds about right. I think I paired with Kaze. Yeah, exactly. Keaton, who I paired it with? Effie. I think I paired these two together the first time I played, like Charlotte and Benny. I don't know if I paired Odin with Selena. I definitely don't pair Laszlo with Selena. That one, like, I probably paired Laszlo and Baruka or Effie most. Nyx with Niles, I think I did. Either that or Niles and Baruka. I know Selena, I paired it with, like, Keaton or Xander? Let me look at the tire ones. Either Kazi or Jacob, I guess. I don't remember. Oh, wait. On this path, I paired Xander with Mozu instead. I don't know if I paired Leo and Felicia though. Sounds like a me type of move. It sounds like me. I paired Hinoka with I think I paired Hinoka with Jake, Hayato? Either Hayato or Azama. Either these 3, like Tsubaki, Hayato, or Azama. I feel like I paired these 3. Takumi. I think Takumi went with Oboro. Either Oboro or Setsuna, I believe, because I already took Hana, right? Saizo, I think I just paired with Kagero. Orochi, I think Orochi was with Hayato. Either Rinka or Hayato. Or Rinka with Kaze. Again, so hard to remember these. I could literally bring up my save file right now. I forgot. And I don't want to waste that time. So on Birthright only, you get Yukimura as a unit. Birthright and Conquest only, you get Izana. I don't give a shit about this guy. Revelation only, you get Fuga. And second gen, this one is Kaze's, Silas's, Dwyer. Dwyer is who again? Dwyer should be Jacob's son. Okay, makes sense. Shigra is Asura's son. Good thing I didn't marry with Asura at all. Kana is very nice. I like Kana a lot. She's like a dragon unit. Makes sense. Shiro is Ryoma. Hiragi is Takumi. Asugi. Okay, the funny thing about the second gen characters is that they look like reincarnations of the Awakening's first generation cast. Like this Asugi looks like Gaius, right? Asugi looks like Gaius. Mitama. Asugi was Saizo's son, I believe. Mitama should be Azama's son. A daughter, sorry. Hisame must be Hinata's. Kaeldori is obviously an anagram of Cordelia, right? Cordelia. These are all anagrams, but the Asugi is an anagram of Gaius. And then we got Raja, which is an anagram of Tarja, obviously. Tarja is the daughter of Hayato. Yeah, I think it was Hayato. So Kaidori with Tsubaki, and then there's Selkie with Kaden. I like Selkie a lot. Selkie is pretty fun. Funny thing about this game, they have baths, and you can take a bath with your fucking son or daughter. It's like pretty weird, pretty cool, but pretty weird too. Like when I played the female character on Conquest, I like bathe with the girls. Like, yeah. On the Conquest side, we got Siegbert. Siegbert is obviously Xander. You got Forrest, which is a girly boy. Girly boy. It's a Leo's son. Very funny, right? Soleil. Soleil is Inigo Loki, aka Laszlo. Laszlo's son. A daughter, sorry. This one's a more boyish. Again, also like a person that hits on girls a lot. Low-key, she's one of the characters that would have had a same-sex relationship in Japanese version. Ophelia is Odin's son. Owain, right? Ophelia is really nice. I love Ophelia. She has the same level of tuning build as Owain or / Odin. Nina is obviously Niles' son, the daughter. Did I say son for Ophelia? His daughter, sorry. Percy is naturally Arthur's son. He has good luck while his father has bad luck, by the way. Ignatius. I don't really like Ignatius as a unit as much. He's Benny's son. Makes a lot of sense, right? He looks very depressed. And then there's Valuria, which I do like Valuria. A little bit angsty. Keaton's daughter. DLC characters. Owain, Severa, Inigo, Anna. It's funny. This is just who they are. But yeah. You get Amiibo as well. Capturable characters. Fuck this. I don't give a shit. NPCs. Lilith is our local mascot. This is our mom. These four are non-playable characters. This is a god. Blah blah. This is Garen. And then goes the fucking demon god thing. Anthony? The hell? But yeah, I think that's about it for the cast. I guess I can get into the story a bit. Look at how many fucking chapters there are. Like, okay, look at this. 27. 27 times 2 is like 54. And then it's 81. Yeah, 81, right. So 81. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. 81. I played at least up to chapter 12 on Revelations, and everything else completed. So think of me playing 54 plus 12, which is 66 chapters of Fates is fucking amazing. Not even counting the paralog chapters, because like, look at that. Paralog chapters, 14. And if you add in like Revelation, there would have been 22, but I didn't play the paralogs in Revelation because I never made it past the time skip actually. Xenologs are DLC if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, let's go back. So obviously chapter 5 is the chapter 5 and 6 is the choice. 6 is where you fight the opposing side, whoever it is, right? So like path is yours, you choose and then you pick a side. In the white light, embrace the dark, or into the ground. I sound very muffled right now, my nose is like stuffed. So interesting thing about this one, obviously this whole region is a new region. Very respectable, to be honest. This new continent is new. Haven't had a new... Okay, we have had a new region after that, but yeah. Fire Emblem Fates' continent. Is there no name for this continent? Bro, that's kind of fucking cringe. In the Before Awakening DLC mission, Chrom reveals that both Hoshido and Nor are well-known and considered mythical kingdoms to Ylisse and its inhabitants. So if you slot in the timeline, it should be obviously like Shadow Dragon and everything here. Fire Emblem 1, 2, 3, 11, 12 as well. And then there's Valencia as well, right? Shadows of Valencia. And then there's Fates. And then there's Awakening. So Awakening technically is the pinnacle in the timeline, right? The newest one. I do think like this world is very interesting. There's a lot of nice cultural concepts, nice designs and everything. I do wish they would make another region that's Eastern based. I wish, right? But I don't know if they would do that if that was the central setting, because they do stick to medieval war. But East versus West is pretty interesting, let's be honest. So, my thoughts about this game is, I really think you really should play Birthright and Conquest. These are really good Fire Emblem Fates games. You want the challenge, go Conquest. You want the story a little bit easier, simpler gameplay, you go Birthright. But I would just say play Birthright then Conquest. Who cares, right? That's how I played it, and I had like fun because I got decent playing this, and I got better playing Conquest. You know. And if you're modding, just mod up Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition. It's available out there, alright? It's the complete package with 9 save files and 3 paths. All available in chapter 6. But yeah, what do I like about this game? Obviously, I just really like the Eastern theming. That was what drove me to getting Birthright to begin with. I feel like my throat is more and more worse the more I talk. Also, the censorships are a thing, right? There's like my room functions in this game. My castle is a really fun mode. It's that it's a little bit not well realized, I think, compared to like the future, like Garreg Monastery and Somnial. And the characters are really fun to watch. Of course, if we're only talking about story writing, the characters are pretty okay, right? Talking the supports, I try my best with the supports, but again, I don't really like this game's supports too much. If it's Birthright and Conquest alone, I think that's still okay. Revelations is too much for me. That's just like pure fan service at that point. It's like you are specifically farming on the fact that now you have both sides, and you still want to complete the original supports from either side separate and do the ones on in between. That's like double the amount of supports. Now that's what makes it really hard for me to finish, right? I love Fire Emblem Fates. It is a very flawed entry in the series. So if you're ever gonna play this game, make sure to remember that. And it has its quirks, but it's very respectable. Like the soundtrack, just listen to it. It's so good. There's a lot of like Japanese flute sounds, especially on the Hoshiden side. But I think that goes for everything. A lot of like Japanese instruments in there as well. It's so good. It's so interesting. This is the most like culturally distinct Fire Emblem game currently. Also, Corrin is a dragon with like bare feet, so let's still go. Yeah, it was a pretty fun ride. I think Corrin as a main character is still pretty decent. Do I want to play the game again now? It probably isn't my first game to play if I go back to 3DS Fire Emblem games. I will still play Fates or Echoes first. Echoes if you want an easier storyline and a more gripping storyline, baby. Ah, fuck. I'm really sick right now. Probably need to go to sleep soon. I'll do it for Echoes as well, alright? I'll do as much as I can for Echoes. Thank God I said this a little earlier than usual. Because usually, if I set a live stream, it could possibly be 11. I gave myself a limit of 1 hour each. So, surprisingly enough, Fates is hard to talk about, you know. Fates is a very hard game to talk about because it is really divisive. But the Birthright and Conquest routes, not divisive at all, but the base whole game experience, especially for Fire Emblem like fanatics, very hard to 100% tell yourself, yes, I have to play this, you know, I have to do this. It's very hard. And I can't say because I play too much at once. That's why it's like not coming to me. Definitely a solid discussion on like binging versus taking your time. Because Awakening took me a while. Not too short, but it took me like 1 chapter to 2 chapters a day. Birthright, I'm pretty sure it was similar. I maybe grinded a bit more because at the time I was addicted as hell. I played like 3 chapters to 4 chapters a day. Yeah? Up to like 3 AM at night. So it was kind of nuts. How good was this game's sales, by the way? I'm curious. Is anything written about it? A total of 3 million copies were sold. What about Awakening? A total of? None? None? You're not gonna write this down? Oh, okay. I mean, in 1 year, it got over like a few 100,000, but yeah. 3 million. Oh, that one was a few 100,000. Fire Emblem Awakening total sales. 1.9 million copies worldwide. So you can see why Fates. That's why I was thinking like Fates should be the most sold game before Three Houses, 3 million, versus Awakening's 2 million after 5 years on the market. 2017, yeah, both of them got a sales report by 2017. So 3 million is really respectable. Of course, this is 3 games. 3 separate games. You bought $40 for one, and then you bought $20 each for every route after that. By the time you buy 2 games, by the time you buy all 3 routes, you're paying for 2 games, you know? And then adding on DLC is like, what? Okay. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. Anything else do I want to say about this game? I think that should be about it. I don't have too much to talk about when it comes to this game, because I was really excited for this game, but I binged it so hard that I just plain don't remember a lot of it, except for like things like I was really emotionally attached to, which was Hana, my Korean, and then I don't even remember my second playthrough with Korean female with who. I don't remember who I paired with for Conquest. I genuinely don't. Like, either it's Niles or Laszlo. Or was it with Azura? I think I might have gone with either Azura or Kaze. I believe. Because I know I didn't ship Korean with the siblings. But yeah, that should be right. Do I tell you have to rush out to buy this game? Play it. It's really good. I'm not gonna say this is the first game you have to buy, but play it. It's really good. Awakening and Echoes is it's a better priority. It's a stronger game. Please play those first. Maybe play Awakening first, give or take, right? Alright. We're gonna end the Fate session a little short because I don't think I have too much to say about Fates. You tell me if Fates is good. Fire Emblem Fates, a very conflicting entry in the series. It's good or bad. I played it so much at once that I cannot think of shit to say right now, aside from like what I've already said. So you tell me, what was your memories of Fates? How did you play this game and what made it special to you? We'll move on to Fire Emblem Echoes. Shadows of Valentia. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. I do have the amiibo. For Lucina and Ike. I did have a Robin, but it was lost. I don't know how the hell I lost it. But I lost my Robin. I think I bought male Robin, yeah. I lost my Robin and I wish I had it. It was pretty cool. But these amiibo are based on the Smash designs, right? Take a quick breather. Woo. 2.5 hours talking. Legit. So, Fire Emblem Echoes. This is my favorite Fire Emblem game on the 3DS. Now, you might be like, what makes this game your favorite? I have a lot to say about this game. Because, one, this is a more controlled story. And I really dig and Celica's story, like really dig. The this is a 2 protagonist system, right? Where Celica one side and on the other side. And I love Om. The designs in this game are amazing. This is designed by Hidari. That's it. That's the pen name, right? Or it's like nickname or whatever. Hidari, and support, like based on the wiki over there. Just now we read, is that this started development around the same time that Fates either started development or like before. Either one. I'm pretty sure talks were starting, like everything was after Awakening. It's like, oh my god, Awakening succeeded. Let's talk about the next games. And then like obviously the producer slash director of this game was like, you guys are thinking of making a remake? I'm the guy. I want to make Gaiden. I'm pretty sure I think they've decided to make Gaiden based on the memories of that guy. I don't know too deep of the development story, but that's where we're going to double check everything. Shadows of Valencia, man, it's really, really good. Now, the purists, the freaking Fire Emblem purists might say the map design is pretty archaic, because they did base the main map design off of the original Gaiden on NES, which is a flaw. Yes, that's not wrong. I haven't played this game ever since I completed it. I never finished the post game because I was really satisfied with the main game already. And that goes for all 3 games, by the way. Like, Fates didn't have a post game. The post game was the second game and the third game. Awakening had Valentia. It was Vom. And here we have Arcanea as one of the worlds we can go to. So obviously it's very interesting, right? I would 100% say this game, you have to play this game, because this is one of the one of the peak best remakes that any NES game has gotten, from what I've known. Obviously Zero Mission is a thing that is really good. Mario All-Stars is a thing, and it's really good. 8-bit to modern age. Mania's not that. This is a modernization of the original game. I think that's very accurate to say. Why does it sound like I'm literally waiting the whole fucking 3 hours just to say this one fucking game? Yes, I did. So, Echoes is an amazing game. Brings over every major thing that Gaiden, being the second game of a series, right? That was one of the second games of every Nintendo series tends to be the black sheep, quote unquote. The game where they try to do everything different just for the sake of trying it different, because they want to change it up, right? Like Zelda 2 was like that, Mario 2 was like that, Metroid 2 was like that, Kid Icarus 2, I believe, was similarly like that. Then Gaiden was the same. Yeah. So Gaiden, Echoes, Shadows of Valencia. I do hope they make another remake. I won't say the next game should be a remake, but if the next game is a remake, please do. I would love to get like Genealogy the remake or whatever. I'm not so sure if they should make like another Shadow Dragon remake. But if they're gonna make a remake, just make Mystery of the Emblem the remake. Like, make it 2 in 1 again. I think that would be pretty good. The split Shadow Dragon and Mystery of the Emblem, give or take, right? But they already made it in the past 15 years, so I guess they don't have to. Released on May 19th in 2017, after the Switch has launched. This was the first game I went out and bought when I first got into college. Like, in the middle of class, I'm like, I'm gonna go pick up my pre-order. Did I get the limited edition for this? I believe I believe I didn't, because this is the game right here. I don't think I got the art book, which is why I had to buy Three Houses, the collector's edition. I missed out on this one as well, which is so shit. I really wanted it. Echoes turns out to be my favorite game in the franchise. Along with Engage, I think at this point, Engage is really fun. But Echoes leaves a strong as hell mark for me. The plot is so good, man. Like, hell yeah. So, talking about development. So, we're reading off the website again. Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valentia was first announced during the Worldwide Fire Emblem Nintendo Direct on January 18th, 2017 as a remake of Fire Emblem Gaiden. Shadows of Valentia marks the third remake of a previous Fire Emblem installment, the first two being Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and Fire Emblem New Mystery on the Emblem. It's really just Mystery on the Emblem, but new, right? That's what it is. The Gaiden remake received a full visual overhaul with full 3D models, new animated cutscenes produced by Animation Studio Kara. I'm going to talk about that. And it's the first core series Fire Emblem to feature full dialogue voice acting. I'm going to talk about that. That's amazing. The updated character designs were created by the Japanese illustrator Hidari, previously known for his work on the Tokiden and Atelier series, as well as a variety of light novels and other media. Hidari was given significant freedom to reimagining the cast of Gaiden, as a number of characters were completely redesigned, and aside from their Gaiden gameplay portraits, a significant number never had official character art before at all. So yeah, the Arcadia series. Shadows of Valentia is a retelling of Fire Emblem Gaiden, which takes place at the continent of Valentia. Within the Fire Emblem universe, it takes place in the same world as Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and Fire Emblem New Mystery on the Emblem. However, it takes place within 2 years separating those titles. With the release of Fire Emblem Awakening, Valentia is further connected to other games, as the continent of Valm is a future version of Valentia. I actually should play the post-game of Awakening someday. Yeah. Fire Emblem Echoes. Basically, I can tell you the plot, right? The plot is so well told that I can tell you as well. So, so this game, we have two main characters, Om and Seneca. They're childhood friends. Childhood friends because they were both asked to be taken care of. They were both refugees in a sense, right? Taken care of by a knight called Myson. And they were raised in a village all the way out of the war. So eventually the war did come, but during the prologue that was new in this game, the original game didn't have a prologue. You learn who Celica Om is, along with some of their friends as kids, right? You see the prologue and you be like, you see the farewell between Om and Celica, which starts off the main story that Gaiden set up, right? So Om is our up and coming villager turned hero that had a mystery with his actual past. He doesn't know his past, right? Before he was raised under Myson, I mean. And then there's Celica, which was an exalted princess that seek refuge. She had to run away. Her whole kingdom crumbled, like the royalty crumbled, right? And she's a runaway princess, learning and developing magic to fight back, so that he can participate in the war and defeat the evil and reclaim the kingdom. So Om and Seneca are two protagonists on separate paths that conjure multiple times. One at the middle and one at the end. Obviously start, middle, and end, right? So Om is recruited to be part of the Deliverance, which is the rebel war allies, right? Fighting against King Rudolph, who is fucking everyone over by causing the war. It's a layman's version of the original game, alright? So here, Om eventually becomes a hero by obviously leading the team to success multiple times. With the cast of villagers that he starts with, all of them are recruited to the war as well. And then they all made it to one of the major kingdoms, right? The major castle. I don't remember where that was, but it was definitely a castle if I'm not mistaken. A fort or something. Where we start off Celica's path, So in the original Gaiden, that path just starts off like suddenly you're playing Celica. So it's like without the prologue, you kind of like, who are we playing as right now? But they always hinted at Celica because always remembers Celica. And obviously in this game, I believe they've written like most of the characters to remember Celica because they were friends. So fighting in the nations of Rigel and Zofia on the continent of Valencia, right? So here we also have some original characters. We got Faye, one of the extra villager characters, is a new female character of Faye. She has a major crush on Om. That's mainly her major character trait, but she has more character than that, right? We got a new villain with Berkut, and which is a pretty decently written villain as I understand because I haven't played the original. New prologue on Celica's relationship, a 6th chapter after the end of the original Gaiden story, expanding on the lore of Valencia, connecting the game to Awakening through its revelations of the origin of Grima. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that. Yeah, I kind of forgot that part. So several characters are added to the 3DS version. Faye, as I mentioned, Berkut. Renea is Berkut's fiance. Fernan is a Zofia noble. Conrad, Celica's half-brother. Jarth, I don't know this one. The Creation, a younger form of Grima. Oh. Forneus, an alchemist who creates the Creation and the Risen. So, going back to the story, right? Going back to the story. So, of course, Celica, going through the hardships, finally learning about stuff, right? Because she was relatively naive princess and mage. Priestess. She meets back with Om for the first time. Haven't seen him in like years. Hugged it out. That cutscene is beautiful, by the way. Animated by Studio Kara, which is the studio behind like the Evangelion Rebuild series, right? Like the whatever the name is, the Evangelion movies. Yeah. And I can't say they look that good compared to the Studio Anima cutscenes, because the Anima cutscenes were amazing, but the Kara ones are pretty good, right? I think Tree Houses loses to this. Tree Houses cutscenes are kind of shit to me, right? To me. So yeah. Aside from that, they argued after that, after like having a misunderstanding about like fighting from which side in the war. They split back out because they do have separate goals, right? Om still needs to complete the war, kill Rudolph the king, the evil king, quote unquote, right? And then like Celica still needs to deal with the Zophian royalty at the time, and then obviously like other shit that happens to her. So it is pretty cool. And there was a part in the story where a villain manages to sacrifice Celica, sacrifice his soul, right? And then Om has to save Celica, which was a pretty interesting dynamic, because again, having two characters here is so good. Like, it makes me feel very, very strongly towards both sides, because the way they separated wasn't on good terms. Holy shit, I sound so nasally. Damn. Sounds so nasally. So they eventually managed to find each other, and then obviously they eventually get married, rule Valentia, becoming one nation as a whole, and happy ever after, right? Yeah, said there is a post game where they go to freaking Arcanea. Very, very interesting. I haven't played the post game too much because I was already very satisfied with the game. I should probably do that actually. So gameplay wise, it is it's very different from Awakening and Fates, because there a lot of the how should I say this? A lot of the major things introduced in Awakening were obviously gone, while introducing new mechanics to be more modern. Because again, this is based on Gaiden, pretty faithful to be fair. And they introduced a few mechanics that are really interesting. Obviously, the world map is really good. I think this is my favorite world map, along with Engage to Traverse. And then there's 3D dungeon crawling. You can find items, revival spaces, and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You can also see, it also gave birth to the concept of like looking around the area before you leave the place, or you first time you see the place, right? It's a visual novel style. I remember it was visual novel style, where you can look at the magnifying glass and be like, oh, that's bread. Oh, that guy is interesting, or whatever. To continue the story. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool. So casual mode is obviously also in this game. They removed Phoenix mode, but in turn they added Mila's turn wheel, which is a recurring mechanic from here on out, which is rewinding back time after you fuck up, which I really enjoy this mechanic. I don't overuse it, but I really am grateful this is here. Some people complain about it. I'm just like, make something in the middle, bro. You just need something in between these two mechanics, like the level of significance. Phoenix mode is too much every turn, the hell, versus Mila's turn wheel, which is your own choice. But some people suggested if you can just turn it off. Literally, by taking away the option, you will never use it, even if you can, right? New prologue, right? Dungeons are not explorable, right? Towns and villages are not explorable in visual novel style, like I mentioned. Fatigue system is introduced, where you fight for too long in a dungeon, right? Everybody gets tired eventually, which is pretty interesting. I won't say that's a good or bad thing. It's pretty interesting though. Support conversation have been added, which I really do like. It's more similar to the Game Boy Advance, where like just fight together often. They'll have a talk in the middle of battle, I think. I don't think it was in the middle of battle, but it was a pretty good one. It wasn't like Fates and Awakening where it was marriage. It was just like you can support with some of the characters and some of them have something to say, you know? Fates is like every male can talk with every female, technically. Unless they're like specifically the other side is like, I don't want to make friends, you know. The forge mechanic, I don't really use the forge mechanic too much in any of the games because I don't care. I don't play on Maddening. I don't need it yet. But every single weapon has an innate skill, which is like a combat art, later refined and used in tree houses as well. In Act 5, Celica's party does not lose health while Arm explores the Dumas Temple catacombs. So this game, all mages also use HP to spell cast. DLC maps, 4 prelude stories about the Deliverance, access to overclasses, tier 3 classing, Fire Emblem 0. Anyways. Collector's Edition. Fire Emblem Heroes Shadows of Valentia was released alongside 2 special editions with bonus items in Japan. The limited edition and Valentia Complete. Additionally, the Japanese My Nintendo store offered a full set of bonus items from the Valentia blah blah blah. You can read it, right? Copy of the game. Art card. DLC. Oh, okay. Sound selection is nice. Yes. Copy. Oh, this one has a Celica drawing as well. Art book. I would love this one. HD movie collection Blu-ray is amazing. What? From Radiant Dawn, Awakening, Fates, and Valentia? Fuck. I missed out on that. Yeah, but to be fair, the North American version doesn't have that, so fuck that. Like, bro. But I would have loved just having a pin set, man. Art book is cool. The pin set is nice. Sound selection will be amazing. Man, also the European edition had Celica and Arm and Celica amiibo. Now the funny thing is the 3DS doesn't have region unlock. It has region locking, so you shouldn't be buying the European version to begin with if you're using the American version or Southeast Asian version, because you can only use a North American version of the game. So that's the sad part. I would, if it was the Switch, I would just buy the European version. People don't stock it because people can't really play it. Until Fire Emblem 3 Houses became the first mainline entry in the franchise to receive a simultaneous worldwide release, Echoes Shadows of Valentia had the shortest period of time between Japanese version and international. True, only a 29-day difference, 1 month only. Valentia is the first game to feature voice acting for Fire Emblem. Second, for in-game dialogue. Second in the entire franchise. Preceded by the crossover. Okay, makes sense. It's the second game in the franchise, but the first in the series, main series. Mirage Sessions FE. I never played. I played a bit of it. I never finished it. Fire Emblem game officially released in Chinese-speaking territories. Wow. Despite silhouettes of wyverns, there's none in gameplay. Lol. Arm was left-handed in Shadows of Valentia in part to better mirror the brand he shares with Celica on her right hand, but also because the development team divided on using left-handed banner animation to differentiate. This trivia is worthless to me. I'm not Japanese, right? So let's go through the characters of this game. So fucking tired. So, I love these characters. Now not everybody hits as hard, but their character art is so good. You have to be honest. Their character art is so pretty. Like, look at this. Was like this. Get the fuck out of here. Almost like this. Which is why I said Awakening, was it Fates or Awakening? Awakenings DLC looked pretty good for what it is. But became this? Bro! He can't win that! Holy shit! He looks so good in Echoes. He looks so good! This artwork is amazingly pretty, by the way. Like, ooh. This is the one moment when Celica says goodbye to the first reunion between him and Celica, Arm and Celica. Leaving Sophian borders. Birthmark to Zeke. Zeke was a recurring character from the first game. Arm and Celica reuniting, amazing. Yes, Arm is Rudolph's son. He didn't know that when he killed him. I also use Arm to fight him, and he would not fight back if you fight using Arm, which is interesting. And it turns out he's his son. No wonder. Makes a lot of sense. This is when Celica was like dying, I think, in prison and dying. But here Celica and Arm like one. They're now married. Amazing. Wow, in Smash Ultimate your spirits? Lol. Oh yeah, you can evolve them. Makes sense. In Echoes, he uses the Heroes design. No, Heroes, he uses the Echo design, sorry. That's not the wrong one. Okay, we're just reading through this. I don't really want to read too much because my throat is kind of dying a bit. Okay. Valentian Falchion. Ah. Almost originally light-handed. Yeah, this one was, we know that just now, yeah. Left-handed. He's just Link. Without a spell list, correct. What is a special animation? Whenever player phase starts as a hero, this animation depicts him holding his sword in his right hand. Okay. Ah. Alright. That's Om's story. I won't go through too much with these characters. So Gray, these characters, Gray, Tobin, and Cliff were in the original game. Faye is new. Faye is, I made her an archer. She feels like an archer, right? I will keep her safe. The other three, I let them be like knights slash soldiers. Lucas is the one that brought us into the war. Came to visit the village for recruitment. Silk is the first priestess slash nun we see. And we recruited her. She was pretty good, right? I actually really like Silk. She's a pretty good character. Claire is really nice. Clive, I don't remember if these two were like related in some way or were they like married or whatever. I don't believe that was the case. There's Lucas and Forsyth, the Abel and Canes. Python, the blue one. The blue one. Yeah, Luthier. Luthier is like the mage. This one's a... Wait. Yeah. These are all part of the Deliverance. We got Matilda. We got Delthea, which is Luthier's sister. Tatiana and Zeke are fiancés. But this one, I think this was a healer if I'm not mistaken. And then there's Myson. Then there's Celica's path. Celica is really good, by the way. Did I select this? Yeah, I selected this last time. Okay, so look at that. FE2, this was what... Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. FE2, she looked like this. Which is why I don't really understand the FE15 look. From the front, she looks very flash. She looks like an actual woman here. Then she looks like a girl. Now she looks amazing. Amazing. And then this one is Warriors. The Warriors rendition is just 3D render of this. But you can't beat the line work, bro. The line work is so good. Masatsugu Saito? No wonder I thought she was similar to Pyra. She was drawn by the artist behind Xenoblade 2 and 3? Oh, okay. Interesting. In Awakening, I mean. See, this was when she departed post time skip. Celica gathering allies. These three are interesting. Very fun. Coronation back as princess. Look at the trivia for a bit. Celica was incorrectly named as Cecilia. LOL. Celica is ambidextrous, as she is seen to wield her sword in both her right and left hands. In Awakening, one of her DLC is Rifle King, the Skills. A reference to her identity as a member of Sophian royalty, Celica is the first lord in the Fire Emblem series to not feature the color blue anywhere in her hair or her clothes. The design of Edelgard and Claude from Fire Emblem Three Houses similarly do not incorporate the color blue. Makes sense for Three Houses. In the Japanese version, Celica refers to Myson by his name when they are alone. In the presence of others, she uses various terms that typically refer to an old man who is not necessarily a familiar relation. In the prologue, however, Celica calls him Grandpa one last time before leaving Ram Village for good. Strong's fondness for sweet and refined food, detesting rough provisions. Makes sense, she's pretty cute. Artwork, wielding Lady Blade. Celica has the highest number of supports in Valencia, 11, while Arm has 7. Okay. Oh. Interesting tips. Celica is younger than Arm, but not by a drastic amount, as she is the same age as him. A few months max. As insinuated as in the flavor text, Celica is afraid of fires, the fear which ostensibly is connected to the trauma of Imperial Villa's fire. Despite this, she can wield and attack the enemy using fire, which is kind of funny. Yeah, again, funny. She is fine with wielding it against the opponent, not herself. She voiced by Erica Limbeck, which voices Mer in Heroes, but also voices Futaba in Persona 5 and Sotis in Three Houses. No. Sotaba, not Sotis. No, never mind that one. That's funny. Wow. Okay. Let's look at some of her pictures. What is this? What is that? So weird. That's definitely from Echoes, not the original. This is the original. They originally thought of doing this, like the blue armor, but they decided no, it's a white armor. Makes it look much better actually. Wow, her normal outfit when grown up looks so nice. I know I should have checked out Arms as well. Damn, that looks so good though. See. Masatsugu Saito. But back in like 2013 lah, right? It's like, that's what I say, it reminds me of Pyra and Mithra a lot. Very funny actually. Young Celica. Starting Celica. Priest. What's the difference? There's some more confidence, I guess. Lol. Oh, that looks so good. This one is weird. Oh, it's Heroes? Man, Celica and Alma are one of my favorite characters. Whoa! That's cute. Ah, yes. Do dark. Celica. It's Duma, right? Celica the Fallen. Huh. Lol, so hot. Ah, yes, classic outfit Celica. This one looks so much better. What the hell? Hey, Hidari drew it. I can tell. Like, the artwork is definitely Hidari, right? Man, that looks so good. Holy shit. Was this even in the original? I didn't notice. Oh, the third tier. Oh, makes sense. Damn. A little bit weird if you ask me, but I can... Heroes, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, they were a dual unit. Oh, makes a lot of sense. Amazing. What is this? Hope Heroes. This just looks like the normal Celica, but green. Oh, she has a shield too. Warriors. This one's from where again? A Cypher, or the card game. Oh, concept art. Wow. Okay, I love this one. This one's artwork is really good. See, look at that. They have a card game in Japan. Japan has everything. Anyways, any more? No, I didn't want to look at all that. Ah, yes. There's no engage stuff yet here. Ah, wait. Ah, here. Celica's amiibo. I wish I had Celica's amiibo. Bro, this is so cute. Look at that. Oh my god. It's adorable. Oh my god. Bro. That's adorable. Anyway. I went on like 6 to 10 minutes with Celica. Lol. Alright, who's this? We can actually get Fernand in the DLC. Not that I want that. Yuzu. Shade. I think Emma's cute, but you know, whatever, right? So May, Bowie, these are like her Celica's friends when she was like at the church learning to, you know, be a priestess and stuff. Jenny I think is one of their friends as well. Maybe not necessarily a priest or like a mage, but yeah. Saber is a guy they met before taking off. Valbar, Leon, and Kamui are like people they met at a bar, I think. Mercenaries. Pala, Katria, and S, they came from Shadow Dragon, which is really cool. I really like their designs here. Jesse, Atlas, Sonya is really cool. Dean and Sonya is like pick one. You get to pick one of them. Noma and Conrad. Now I didn't bother using Conrad too much, but yeah. Amiibo. Whoa. All the Smash Amiibo. The Mila, Halcyon, Renea, Berkut, Jeddah, Duma, and the Creation. Ah. Yeah. Whew. Surprisingly, that's pretty much it. I only managed to talk. I was literally nerding out between like Arm and Celica already, and I only talked about this game for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Like goddamn, 30 minutes only. But yeah, Echoes. Talking about my experiences with Echoes, I really enjoy this game. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with me, and not because like this game is that popular. A lot of people still played Awakening more than Echoes. And Echoes is still the least popular game on 3DS for Fire Emblem. Not counting Warriors, because I think that one is worse. But FB Echoes. Ah, see? No, I want to know all. This was 5 years ago. This thing came out in 2017, guys. Exactly 5 years ago. Let's see, let's see. Da, 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 da. No one here. Sales history. What does this mean? Like years? Months? Ah. Still doesn't get the total though. So it's... Yeah, I don't think this was a million seller though. Haha, look at that. This is in 2017, man. 0.31. Well, yeah, so I do understand why this game didn't sell that well. One, it came at a timing where the Switch was the next thing. You had Warriors or Echoes. And obviously Tree Houses coming out the year after, right? So would you get this game at the time? You probably wouldn't get this game, but I applaud you. Get this game digitally. Right now. Right now, you're missing out. The music's amazing, the artwork is amazing, the gameplay is really fun, and there's 2 regions in one again, like Awakening. Getting a lot with your bang and your buck, bro. It's a really good game. And I can tell you, because I've played this game quite a bit. Now obviously Echoes is this is over here. It's a really good game, right? And my only thoughts with Echoes is just that obviously they thought of the name Echoes in the case where they would make another remake. So please make another Fire Emblem Echoes Genealogy of the Holy War or something, you know? We would love it. Like genuinely, we would love it. And I would buy it. I would 100% buy it. Now I don't know if Intelligent Systems is gonna make a new game next or a remake next. I feel like in terms of resources, a remake would make a lot of sense next, cause it takes little less effort to build, cause the backbone of the thing is there already, right? Genealogy is a solid game. Genealogy is a solid game. I haven't played it, but I heard it's really good. It's just, there's just a lot of archaic facts about it. Again, it's like on the SNES, right? A little archaic. Y'all have to make that modernized, add some of the quality of life stuff, and people will be like running gold, bro. Everybody will be loving it. So please, Intelligent Systems, make another Paper Mario, which I don't think you should. Make another new Fire Emblem, which I don't think you should right now. Make it for the next console, which is like probably next year or the year after, 2025. Or make a remake, please. Remake on 2025? I'm telling you, FE18. Please, FE18 must be the remake of Genealogy or something from the SNES era, because I want to play some of them. And they're very inconvenient. I can play them on my 3DS and my Wii U right now, but again, not official, not convenient. I want to be able to experience like either Mystery of the Emblem again, because again that never came out in America. Still, we only got Shadow Dragon. So, Intelligent Systems, I love y'all. I will buy the next game, 100%. I still need to save up to get a collector's edition. 500 ringgit. $120, give or take, gone. Oh, so shit. But yeah, that I think that's about it for my like 2.5+ hour long Fire Emblem on 3DS recap. Now, I'm not the most detailed guy. I'm not going in like a video essay to do research and like talk a lot about the game in terms of like how the gameplay affects everything, blah blah. I'm just telling you how fun I had, and I really had a lot of fun with this game. That's what I remember. Exploring is really fun. The story was so good. This one is my favorite Fire Emblem 3DS game, and so what do you guys think of all three of these games? Let me know in the comments down below which one's your favorite amongst the 3DS Fire Emblem games. And if it's about any of the older Fire Emblem games, let me know which one you recommend me to play someday. Right? I don't know if I can play them on stream. I'm not probably not going to. But if IS makes a remake of FE4, you know I'm gonna be on that shit. Like I'll stream like some of it, right? Not the whole of it, because the game is so good. I just want to play like everything, most of it off stream. But yeah, if anything else, you guys let me know. My name's Snivy, and next time we're probably not gonna take 3 hours to talk about like a series. Last time we did a Smash tier list. This time we did the FE right, reminisce, right? Not even a retrospective. It's just me recurring back what was about the game, sharing my thoughts about it, because I still suggest people to try it to this day. Next one, I'll probably just be talking about thoughts, because I've learned, and I feel like I want to do this. I try to journal, but I'm not the type to write things down, because like I bring books to me, but I don't default bring it out. It's a habit that I don't have yet. But talking to the camera, I would so do that. It will literally just give me an hour or two to just lay out my thoughts about certain topics. So if you guys are willing to join that, this channel is called Solo Snivy Talks, alright? I just talk about shit that I want to talk about. So next time, join me on whatever live stream I make if you're interested, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.